The curse of the Arizona Coyotes lives on. The good news I have for Leaf fans tonight, you don't have to see them again this year. That's fantastic news. Leafs lose 4-3 with a couple empty netters, make it 6-3 as they lose in a college arena against the Arizona Coyotes and now drop to 22-8-6 on the season. Morgan Rielly had his return to the lineup and a very costly turnover on the game-winning goal by Jack McBain. We'll talk about that in a second. Very weird. And honestly, as the players want to keep hyping up Mullet Arena, oh, it's great, oh, it brings back memories, oh, it's a nice change, blah, it's awful. Like, let's just be real about it. You're playing in a college arena with 5,000 seats. And for God's sakes, I haven't seen lights shine down on the ice that you're seeing on the broadcast since I played like Pee Wee hockey. It's wild. It was absolutely wild, and it's kind of sad and sickening to watch an NHL franchise play there, but Gary Bettman, being Gary Bettman the way I don't know. Anyways, enough of that. No excuses about the game, because there really isn't an excuse. The Leafs are just cursed against the Desert Dogs, the Arizona Coyotes, and it showed early in the game, right? Because in the first minute, you get Justin Hall and I can't remember, was it Bjugstad? I can't remember who it was. They collide, Justin Hall falls, then Giordano falls over top of Justin Hall. In comes Bjugstad on a breakaway, and he goes to the backhand and beats Matt Murray, and I'm like, yeah, sure! Why not? Against Arizona, started off like that, 46 seconds in, Bjugstad unassisted, and it's 1-0 Arizona. Just like that. Then the Leafs get a couple power plays midway through the period. I didn't write down the time of the second goal, but I can actually pick that up here. Let me just do that real quick. But for the first one, Leafs get a power play. Connor Timmins goes for the slap pass in front. A beautiful tip in by Pontus Holmberg. His third goal of the year. Timmins and Engvall grab assists on the goal at 9:02 of the first period. We are tied at 1. All right, and about 3 minutes after that, Leafs get another power play, and they are buzzing. Can we talk about the tape-to-tape gorgeous feed cross seam from Connor Timmins, tape-to-tape to Kalle Järnkrok, who just wires it past Vejmelka. They didn't pronounce the J in the broadcast. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not. But another power play goal for the Leafs, and they got a 2-1 lead. Timmins and Rielly get the assist on the goal at, 12:33 of the first period. And they go into the intermission up 2-1. Shots are 13-2 in favor of Leafs. It's a really nice first period. And in the second, less than 7 minutes in, that's a penalty. Pontus Holmberg's going to the box for hooking. And we're like, that's a tough one. All right, let's kill a penalty. And you come back from the commercial break, and they're like, wait a second. Not only was it not Pontus Holmberg getting the penalty, it was Mitch Marner, but it wasn't a hooking penalty. It was a tripping penalty. Wait, when was the last time you seen that happen in hockey? I think that's pretty stupid. You take a whole commercial break to figure it out, and it's not like you get the wrong guy. You get the wrong call too. So instead, Mitch Marner's going to the box. Sheldon Keefe's looking at the refs like, fellas, what are we doing here? Like, we're playing a college arena and you're acting like college officials, not knowing what the hell you're doing. And it takes, like 5 seconds, maybe a little bit more than that, where Jacob Chychrun bangs home the rebound on the power play, 5:52 into the second period, and we are tied at 2. Very confusing, very stupid, but we're tied at 2. Then a point shot from, I think it was a Gio or Hall who fired it on. Either way, Alex Kerfoot bangs home the rebound at 11:19 to give the Leafs the lead back. It's 3-2. And they didn't start the second period strong, obviously getting the penalty and then going down. At one point, it was 6-3 shots in favor of Arizona in the period. It ends up being 9 apiece in the period, and the Leafs have the 3-2 lead heading into the third. All right, you got the lead heading into the third period. Maybe get one, bury them, call it a night. Well, that did not happen. J.J. Moser had just a beautiful shot from Moser. Top cheese, short side of Matt Murray. He don't like the short side cheese, but really nice shot on the power play at 4:40 of the third period, and we are tied at 3. Then about, 7 minutes to go in the game, less than that, Morgan Rielly gets over his blue line, tries to bank it off the boards. It hits Jack McBain, and Morgan Rielly just kind of freezes there. And that's not good, because he gets caught on a mini 2-on-1. Lawson Krause coming down on a 2-on-1 with Jack McBain and Timothy Liljegren, the only guy back. If you're the goaltender, Matt Murray, you take Lawson Krause, as he did. And if you're, Timothy Liljegren, you make a choice. And I think he made a choice a little too late, because he chose Jack McBain, couldn't get over there fast enough, and he passed it over to Jack McBain, and Liljegren could not get a hold of him, and he just taps it in the empty cage to give them the lead, 4-3. So you can't blame Murray on that, because he's taking the shooter. Pass goes across. Liljegren can't take his guy, and you're losing. And Morgan Rielly with the turnover. And I know I don't hear from Leaf fans, right? Morgan Rielly's terrible, and this and that, and put him on forward. I've been seeing, and I'm just like, God, this just makes my head hurt, right? If a guy's putting up 50, 60 points a night, we're asking for him to be a Norris Trophy winner, and he's our best defenseman, and pay the guy, and then when he signs a contract, we're like, man, that's a bargain. Now we want to move him forward because he's a horrendous defender. I don't know. Leaf fans are bipolar, and it's wild to me. And it's his first game back in 5-6 weeks? My God, give this dude a little bit of a break. It's a regular season game in December against Arizona. Who the hell cares? It's a regular season game. Yeah, you had the lead going into the third. Should you have won? Absolutely. You didn't. You move on. It is what it is, right? And then obviously a couple empty netters from Jack McBain and Barrett Hayden at 17:38 and 19:11. And that makes it 6-3 and you lose. Now, as much as I don't want to blame Matt Murray for most of the goals, because Bjugstad's was a breakaway, the Chychrun goal was I believe it was a rebound that, when you get a rebound, more often than not, you want your defenders to clear it out. They do not, and he buries it. And what else we had? Moser's perfect shot. Again, power play. I kind of like Murray to save that one. The McBain The McBain goal, the first one at least, that he took a shooter. He took the shooter, Lawson Krause. The defender did not take the guy crash in the net, and that's where it ends up going, and it goes in the back of the net. 2 empty netter goals, obviously you can't blame him, but 4 goals on 21 shots, no matter what. You look at that stat line, and it ain't pretty. Right? So, someone's got to run with it, and I don't care. Look, Leaf fans. We've seen recently now, the last 2 or 3 games for Samsonov haven't been great. Matt Murray, stat line wasn't great tonight. You got to run with one guy. You got to run with one. I think you have to give Matt Murray some run here. He's got to start against Colorado at the very least. Because you can't start bouncing back and forth and waiting for someone to get hot, because how can somebody get in a groove and get some sort of consistency? You can't do it. Team stats in the game. The main, I guess the only guy with a multi-point night was Connor Timmins. And as much as I really want to say he had a great night, and look, the 2 assists that he did have were phenomenal. But how many times, if you watch the game, how many times did he fan on passes, fan on dump-ins, fan on shots where he has the puck and he's whiff and whiff? I saw Liljegren do it as well, and I'm like, what the hell is going on out there? Nobody can put anything on the net or hell get a pass off or a shot off here. It's really weird. I don't know if that was just Timmins. I don't know if that was the ice. I don't know what the hell it was. But it seemed to happen quite a bit tonight. And the Leafs also did hit 3 posts. Matthews hit 1 and Nylander hit 1 in the first minute of a power play. Wild. They ended up scoring on the power plays and going 2 for 2. But, it was wild. On the, I think it was the second power play? Where Matthews rung one off the post and 30 seconds later, Nylander ripped one off the iron. And look, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And that's why you just take these games, these stinkers against a garbage team in Arizona, and you move on. You move on. Shots on goal for the game. They outshot us 12-10 in the third period. We outshot them for the game 32-23, but who cares? You lost 6-3. And special teams-wise, neither team wanted to do anything penalty kill wise. We scored on both of our power plays, and it was both times it was a second unit getting it done with Holmberg and Yarncrux scoring. And for them, they scored 2 of 3. So, albeit, I think the Moser goal in the third was like with 1 or 2 seconds left, but hey, still in the power play. So, that's got to get cleaned up. But you know what? You lose a game. The Leafs had won, 3 straight going into the game, and they've been dialed in recently. You take the loss, you move on to Colorado on Saturday. You know, when your record is 22-8-6, you can kind of take a loss like this and move on to the next one. All right, now it's a couple of games after the breaks. You want to start seeing these guys hit their stride a bit, but you give them that they kind of like that 3 or 4 game leeway of after the break, right? Of sloppy hockey. And these last 2 games, they haven't been pretty. They haven't been. Tonight wasn't pretty. St. Louis wasn't pretty. Colorado, we'll have to see. They might not have Nathan MacKinnon. They still don't have Gabriel Landeskog. They've been playing better hockey recently. And I think they're winning tonight. No, they're tied 4-4 against the LA Kings. They were up 4-2 last time I checked, so they choked there. But look at that. No Gabriel Landeskog. As of right now, no Nathan MacKinnon. No Nikushkin. What else we got? No Bowen Byram. No Josh Manson. Those are some key injuries for the Colorado Avalanche. That's why the record isn't as good as we'd all presume heading into the season. Going to be a tough one, though. Right? Obviously, Mile High City. The air quality a little different. So how are they going to do on the last game of the road trip, the 2-game road trip before they come home to face St. Louis again on, what day would that be, Tuesday? I don't even know. I have no idea. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not the Arizona curse, smack that like button. Do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Maple Leafs? The Twitter and Instagram links are down in the description. So if you have not followed up or any of that stuff down below, go do so. The Discord link is down in the description as well. So if you want to vent about this loss tonight, go do so in the Discord chat. And I will talk to you guys, Raptors edition. They play tomorrow against Phoenix. We'll see what happens there at 7:30. And as for the Leafs, they're back in action against Colorado, in Denver, on Saturday night, 7 p.m. puck drop there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And not the game tonight. And not Mullet Arena. We'll talk to you guys then.